This game is so stupid! Anyways. ULTRAKILL is a game that was released in 2020 and is still being worked on, and sadly still isn't completely finished.
Come on, RC Patawa, finish your game!
Anyways, you, the player, are set as a robot, and you are sent to hell for seemingly no reason. But humanity is gone, hell is full, and you need to fight your way out. And in hell, blood is fuel, so whenever you damage an enemy, apart from the sanded enemies, which I'll touch base on later, you will regain your health back. The story on the surface isn't very influential to the gameplay itself, but a short summary is God made the heavens and the earth along with angels and humanity. Gabriel, who shows up later, is the strongest of those angels. All angels needed the Father's light to survive or else they'll die. God made hell out of the disgust of the humanity he created, but soon regretted it, because he could not undo his creation, and hell became something of its own. Now, we're finally getting into the game. You, V1, are sent to hell, and hell kinda sucks, so you don't really want to stay there. You want to break free. And that's what you attempt to do. You fight through hell, and you fight your first low enemies, filths, strays, schisms, and eventually your first boss, the malicious face. Every enemy you fight will show up later in the game, including bosses, though they don't get weaker to make it easier. You just get stronger. V1 continually goes down the different stages of hell. Now, apparently, I don't know how to pronounce them, and I also got them wrong, so I'm gonna ask my friend Canyunbush to tell me what they are.
Hi guys, surprise appearance. So yeah, what they really are is limbo, lust, gluttony, greed, wrath, heresy, and so forth into the third chapter, which is not fully finished yet. The first one is violence, and then fraud, and then treachery.
Thank you, Mr. Bush. I will be probably maybe asking you stuff.
Not
later.
to mention the new it starts with an E. I don't remember what they're called. E-0, E-1, and then as well the Prime
those.
Sanctums. And the secret levels.
Oh, I didn't even talk about
Did
that.
I tell you about did I tell you about the secret levels?
I knew they were in the game.
Yeah, we don't mention the dating simulator.
What? Along with each stage, there's new guns that you can obtain as well. Each gun getting stronger, but also being used in different situations. Such as the railgun, used against bigger enemies, because it has a really strong attack, but also has a really long cooldown. And the shotgun being used against hordes of enemies because there's a large spray range of what you can use on it. Also, now that I'm in the world, I'll tell you about the sanded enemies. Basically, sanded enemies are just normal enemies, but a little critter comes over with a big pile of sand on his back and just makes them not able to bleed. And it makes it a lot harder to kill them because you don't get any blood for health. Anyways, this game has pretty good graphics. I would say they're not the greatest, but they are following the PS1 type style, so it makes sense for them to not look too great. But I personally love the style, so yeah, it's pretty good. The soundtrack is really good. I love the soundtrack. It's actually so good, fits the game perfectly, and it's actually been playing in the background of this video the entire time. So if you guys like the music and you guys like the gameplay you see on screen, definitely check out the game. This game is really fun with heavy boss fights, with tactics you have to use in the next stage or have already used in the stage before fighting the boss. So as example, you get a grappling hook in a stage and then you have to be able to grapple onto one of the bosses, I believe. It's been a couple days since I played, so I'm not sure actually. But the grappling does help out in some boss fights, in most boss fights actually, So, yeah, that's pretty cool. Anyways, most bosses show up in later levels, like I said earlier, except for 2 bosses, Gabriel and V2. V2 is kind of a better version of the player, like we're V1 and they're V2. V2 copies the playstyle of the player, such as sliding a bunch or jumping around a lot. As you can see in the video, I like to slide a lot, and V2 also is sliding. Once you defeat V2, you actually get his arm. And once you defeat V2, you actually get his arm again. Gabriel is an angel who was sent to fight you. We talked about him earlier, remember? He's the strongest angel. Anyways, Gabriel loses and gets disconnected from the Father's light as punishment. Gabriel now needs to kill you to rekindle that light. But you, being the main character, finish him off a second time. Gabriel now is really pissed and decides to kill every member of the Heavenly Council, which is where the story ends for now. Because, like I said at the very start, the game is unfinished. So yeah, it's pretty sad. The game is actually really fun, and you should definitely buy it. Don't pirate it. I personally give it a solid 8 out of 10. It definitely deserves an 8 out of 10. If I got any plot points wrong, please let me know in the description, because this is just what I got from playing the game and like one lore video. So yeah, I did a little bit of research, but not too much. So if I got any lore wrong, let me know in the comments. And if you guys enjoy this kind of content, please let me know by subscribing to this video and giving me a bunch of likes, because, you know, I want some likes. Anyways, once you defeat V2, you actually get his arm.